So, for those of you who are joining us as guests to our community, welcome. And for those of you who are part of the community, welcome to you. What you might know is that on Friday mornings, we always focus on sharing positive news stories. And because this is the second anniversary of the kind of existence of 360, what we would love you to do today, for those particularly that have anything that they might want to say or share about this, is put into the chat box something that fills in the blank after the words 360 has helped me to fill in the blank. Because I know for a lot of people, it's been a really great community to help them through difficult times, or it's been a support to dip into whilst we've gone through this COVID thing. Just whatever it's meant to you, it would be really lovely to just capture some of your feedback around this thing that has grown as a result of something that was not so good, but has now become something incredibly positive and important to a lot of people. So into the chat box, type 360 has helped me to, Catherine has said there already at the bottom, feel like me again, a better me. Yay! That's a nice one to set us off. Fantastic. Natasha, 360 has helped me to feel hopeful and less alone and capable of anything. Beautiful, Natasha. Heather says, 360 has helped me to have hope. Yes. Oh, 360 has helped me to not feel alone and that I'm part of a wider community and we are strong together. Oh, Tony, that's beautiful. Well done. Thank you for sharing. Tamsin saying 360 has helped me to get through my cancer treatment. And she has, and has done an amazing job with that. So Tamsin, that's awesome. Super pleased to have been there with you. Nicola Bancroft saying 360 has helped me to feel like I am not alone in this. Claire saying 360 has helped me to connect. Sarah Dorr, 360 helps me to take pauses within my day, to be kind to myself, to find a supportive, kind community. Lovely. To feel connected, seen, heard, and safe is Rosita. Beautiful. Kath Morton-Smith, 360 has brought me to yoga later in life, and I can't imagine life without it now. Yes, fantastic. Can I just say Kath Morton-Smith is also doing her yoga teacher training, so watch this space. Who knows? She could be teaching here soon. Claire, to feel a sense of calm and peace. Beautiful. Connect and recover from Sally. Stay connected to such a great community, says Sarah Jarvis. To get better, says Susie Zaleski. Yay! Audrey Fenn, 360 has helped me to come back to the world, build strength, meet a fab new group of friends. Oh, loving this. Find support and connection during the hardest part of my life so far, and also help me to review and reframe what I want my life to look like going forwards. Wow. 360 has helped me feel less alone and give me hope. Suzanne, 25, 24, 23, says, reach 70 today. An achievement neither my parents came anywhere near that number. Suzanne, happy birthday to you. 70. I was thinking it was more like 60. You are rocking getting old with grace, style, and beauty. That's all I'm going to say. She comes to our PT360 classes as well. She pumps weights. She lifts iron. She is awesome. That's fantastic. Loving that. Isabel saying, take things at my own pace, feel calm and joyful about small things. Wonderful. And Jen saying, 360 helps me to have connection, community, safety, healing, and joy in the darkest of times. Amazing. Ross, I'm going to come to you, and I didn't prep you on this one. What's 360 meant to you?
Oh, you're mean. No.
I am mean.
Goodness, so many things. Mostly the community and being part of such a wonderful group of people. I wouldn't know any of you, I don't think, otherwise, and it's been an absolute honor working out and going through this COVID journey with lots of you as well, getting better and just spending time with each other. It's meant that I've got probably, I think, the best job in the world.
Oh.
And, I've loved every moment of it. So yeah, happy birthday.
Oh, well, thanks. I'm glad I put you on the spot. He's not feeling very well today, and so I haven't given him much of a role this morning here. 360 has meant to me the opportunity to create one of the most extraordinary things that I didn't even actually have the power to imagine before we all got COVID. So not that everyone has got COVID that's here, but you know what I mean. Before COVID came into our lives. So for me, it's an extraordinary community, and I'm always I've always been about creating community. And so this for me has been like my ultimate achievement in life. So I feel extraordinarily proud of everyone and everything that we've managed to kind of create. And as I always say, it would be nothing without all of you. So thanks. Thanks for showing up. I have lit a candle. So it's a birthday candle, but it's also a candle of peace. And obviously, we are going through a fairly extraordinary time politically and emotionally right now in the world. And I just wanted to read something about peace, because I think it can be quite difficult to find peace at times of uncertainty, of extreme uncertainty. And I just wanted to remind us of this. So, peace, it does not mean to be in a place where there is no noise, trouble, or hard work. It means to be in the midst of those things and still be calm in your heart. So we are only useful and of value to the world if we are able to be present and to be calm and to be able to respond in a way that offers kind of resilience. So I think the work that we do in class is really important to help us navigate more challenging times with a sense of grace and, you know, kind of coming back home to ourselves. So that's what today's class is always all about. And, you know, no more so than today's class on our 2-year anniversary. So Roscoe, I know that you're going to go off and look after yourself and take it gently. So I'll find you later. And everyone else, we are going to do a practice together that is about coming home to finding peace within our hearts. Okay? So farewell, Ross.
Bye, guys. Have a good one. See ya.
See you next week, my love.
See you next week.
And everyone else, and including those people who are watching this on catch up later, let's do class. So as you may know, I do like a special glass on occasions. We've done a lot of drinking water together over the past couple of years. I've got my champagne glass. It doesn't have champagne in. It has tap water, just so you know. I am bringing my candle with me. I would encourage you to have water, cushions, maybe a candle, if that's something that you want to be part of too. I might take my Mexican pom-poms off. They'll only get in the way. And let's come to a sitting position if you can. And allow a moment of stillness. So I'm going to take my cushions and support my knees. And let's take a collective inhale, fill those lungs up, and let's just sigh it out and let go of anything that's been going around the mind or any tasks you've been involved in this morning. Just surrender out that breath and drop into this moment. Let the jaw relax, let the muscles in the face be soft. And as you close your eyes and draw your awareness inside, let's bring our focus to the movement of the breath, gently in through the nose and slowly back out through the nose. And as you slow down your breath, I want you to bring your awareness to the noises around you in your space. Maybe the noises from within the room, if there are any, and then extend your awareness to outside. Just tune the ears in. And now bring your awareness to the temperature of the air on your skin. Notice how it feels. Maybe on the hands, if the arms are bare, on the skin on the face. Maybe even the feet. Notice any sensations within the body. Maybe little aches or pains or discomforts from being asked to sit upright. Just observe them. Notice the beat of the heart, the feel of the pulse. Let's bring our attention to now beginning to lengthen the breath. So I'm lengthening my inhale, taking a little pause at the top and then lengthening my exhale. So just breathing out the air for longer. And as we extend the breath, it might help you to start to count it. So just maybe try breathing in for a slow count of 4, taking a little pause at the top, and then breathing out for a slow count of maybe 6 or 8, with a little pause at the bottom. I just want you to play with that. Maybe adjust the timings to suit you. But let's do 6 rounds of shorter inhale, longer exhale. Count it for yourself. And maybe visualize a beautiful wave rolling up the shore as you inhale and slowly be drawn back down the shore as you exhale. And just to keep a soft, gentle flow to the breath. And once you've done 6, just return to a normal soft breath. And before we move into the practice itself, just take a moment to notice what is it that you need from this practice today. Do you need easing? Do you need slowing down? Do you need to simply just give yourself a little time to connect with the body and come home? Whatever it is, Just set that as your focus, your intention for the class, your sankalpa. And let's drop the head, open the eyes. Slowly lift the head. And let's come down onto our mats. So I've got my yoga belt nearby. You can put a cushion under the head if lying flat doesn't work for you, okay? But if lying flat is fine for you, let's work without. I'm going to have bend to hand, move my block out of the way. Let's come down to being on our backs. All right. Make sure that you are comfortable on what you're lying upon. I've got my legs bent. My back's lengthened out on the floor. And just have a little kind of wriggle around, settle into the mat, settle down onto the floor, and just check that everything is kind of where it should be. I know I need to adjust my blanket a little bit. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to take my arms above my head, which is quite a strong stretch, but it feels great for those of us that have tight shoulders and top backs. But if that's too strong for you, then by all means, have your arms just out wide to the side. And either way, let's bring our focus to the breath and let's just track the breath as it moves in and observe which parts of the body respond. So as you breathe in through the nose, there will be movement in the rib cage and maybe movement in the abdomen if you allow the abdomen to soften a little bit. What I want you to encourage is an expansion of that rib cage from the back ribs to the side ribs to the front ribs, as well as a gentle lift of the abdominal wall. And then to backtrack out of that, as you exhale, the abdominal wall drops, the ribs gently descend. And just again, following that flow, that inhale, exhale, the rolling in of the wave, the rolling out of the wave. Okay, let's roll up through the spine a few times. Let's take a slow, deep breath in. As you exhale, tilt the hips and just roll up, peeling the back up off the floor. Let's take a moment here. Inhale and exhale, gently roll down. Now I'm going to do 2 more of those. You don't have to. You can do as many or as few as you like. Inhale. Exhale, rolling up. Lifting those hips. Inhale again. And exhale to roll down. And we've got 1 more. Deep breath in. And rolling up. Inhale. Exhale to roll back down. Okay, let's bring those arms back. And I'm going to bring the right knee in for a hug. Straighten down, flatten down that left leg. That's it. Good. If you want to lift your head for a deeper stretch, let's go. Inhale. Exhale, the head comes up. I'm going to breathe into the back of the body and breathe out to release it back down. I've got my right hand on that bent knee and I'm going to draw the knee out wide to the side. And let's bring it back to center. Change hands on the knee. My right arm comes out wide, and I'm going to tip over to the left with that bent knee. Just take a gentle twist. Now I'm going to send the breath down into the abdomen. Exhale, bring it back to center. I'm straightening the leg up, so I've got my hands behind the leg, and I'm just going to push that heel up and give the foot a bit of a roll around. Let's go one way. Let's go the other way. Support the leg with your hands. Flex and point. That's it. And now let's straighten the leg and push it away from us as we lower it down. Great. Okay, let's go with the second side. I'm going to bend that left leg in and draw the knee up. Give it a hug. Okay, again, if you want to lift the head, it's a little bit more hard work than some of you might want to do, so you can stay down. We're going to inhale, exhale, lift the head up to the knee. Inhale again, and exhale to release back down. I'm going to take my left hand onto the knee, take the knee out wide. And bring it back to center, change hands on the knee. Let's take the knee across and over into that twist. Good. Inhale, exhale, bring it back. Let's straighten the leg up. Again, I'm just going to roll that foot round, loosening through the ankle. Flex and point. Re-straighten and stretch the heel away as you lengthen the leg down to the floor. And let's just allow those legs to lie heavy. Nice and relaxed. Rolled apart even. Good. I'm going to bend both of my legs. And I'm going to take my arms out wide to the side. So we're going to do a little bit of what I call window wiper movement with both legs. So we're going to drop the knees over to the right and bring them back up one at a time. It's a little easier than both. It's up to you. Drop them to the left. Bring them back up. So you're kind of rolling over the back of the hips, but my feet are on the floor. So that's a slightly different thing than if you've got your feet in the air. Obviously, make any adjustments if that's something that you really don't like. But for most people, keeping the feet down and dropping both knees over, you're going to feel a stretch across the pelvis, the back of the hips, the front of the hips, a little bit across the abdomen. You might even feel it up into the shoulder of one of the sides as you go. We're just lengthening all of those kind of long chains that move through our body. We've got the posterior chain working through the back of the body, all those muscles and ligaments and tendons that join up. So we're just kind of loosening out the long chains. Okay. I bring my legs back to center. I'm going to slide my left leg down to straight. So I've got my right leg bent, the foot's on the mat. And I'm going to push into that right foot and tip over onto my left-hand side just until I feel the shoulder of my right arm lift up off the floor. I'm going to take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, gently drop the hip back down. I'm going to repeat that again. So let's take another inhale. Exhale, push into the foot, gently tip. Inhale. Exhale, bring it back. All right, slide that leg down. Let's slide the other one up. Okay, again, deep breath in. And push into the foot. Let's tip and roll. Inhale. Exhale, bring it down. And again, inhale. Exhale, push. Deep breath in here. And exhale, bring it down. And slide the legs again down to rest. Let the body be really heavy and relaxed on the floor. Let's take a stillness. Okay. I'm going to bend both of my legs now. And I'm going to place the side of the right foot onto the front of the left thigh. So I'm turning the leg out. That's it. Now, if your hips are okay with this and you want to deepen the stretch that you can begin to feel through this right leg, then you're going to lift up that lower leg. So the hands can be behind the thigh or in front of the shin, whatever's going to work for you. Keep the head, neck, and shoulders down and relaxed. That's it. But if keeping the lower foot down on the floor is more comfortable for you, then please do that. Remember, this class is very much about you looking after yourself and easing out the knots, not working to put any more in. Okay, inhale, exhale, and let's release. Good. Just give that leg, the right leg, a little straighten out and a little roll around if that feels good. I'm going to move to the second side. So bending up the right, I'm going to place the side of the left foot on the front of the thigh and just take a moment here. Just notice, is my hip okay? Is my knee okay? We're often not very mindful with our own bodies, and we will just automatically follow a pattern without really checking in with ourselves. Is that what my body is happy with? So before you lift, pay attention to your knee joint, your hip joint. And if it's okay, let's lift up. If when you're up, the tension, the pain, the kind of stretch feeling doesn't dissipate within a couple of seconds, then you put the foot back down. It's quite a good kind of protocol to follow. Give it a couple of seconds and then release if it's not working. Good. Well done. Let's take an inhale. For those still in the stretch, let's release together now. And again, I'm going to straighten those legs out and let them come down to rest. Slow inhale, slow exhale. All right. The next thing we're going to do is bend both legs again. And I'm going to cross my right leg completely over the left leg now. And I'm going to come back to that window wiper action that we had. The lower foot stays down on the floor. I'm just taking my arms wide. And again, I'm going to roll from side to side. But this is a slightly deeper version because we've got a crossover pulling that left leg down a little bit. Now, keep the lower foot down. And remember, you really don't have to try and think of getting the knees anywhere near the floor. Just go where you've got control. We're stretching through those big muscles, the glutes, and also you've got those tendons, the iliotibial bands there, coming up the side of the leg, all meeting up through the back of the hips. It's good just to have a little bit of a massage, self-massage moment. Okay, I'm going to center the legs. And now, again, it's one of those ones I want you to experiment with. If lifting those knees up for a hug feels good, great. If it doesn't, put the feet back down. But you'll feel a stretch into that right side of your bottom there, the right buttock. As you pull those knees in. To make it a little bit deeper, you can reach down and catch the ankles and pull them in. Whatever's going to work for you. Just take it slow, work with the breath. Inhale and exhale. Let's release. Okay. I'm going to straighten the legs out between sides. So let's just take a pause. Slow inhale, slow exhale. All right. I'm going to bend both of my legs. And let's do the same thing again, but with the left leg on top. So I'm lifting up that left leg, crossing it over the right, taking my arms out to the side and gently doing that roll over the lower back. Mainly the focus will be on the muscles in the bottom as you roll from side to side, which is good. We hold lots of tension there. So a little massage from side to side is going to be fantastic, just to loosen up any tension. Okay, and then again, bring it back to center when you're ready. And checking in, if it's okay, then you can lift. If your hips or your psoas doesn't like it, put it back down. Gently easing in either the knees or the ankles. Let's take a deep breath in. And we're going to release down. And slide those legs down to straight. And again, let's just give the feet a little roll. Rolling in, rolling out. And let the legs relax and roll apart. Come back to the breath. Slow inhale, slow exhale. And just checking in with what's going on in the mind. Make sure the mind is still focused on the practice and not already leaping off into thoughts of the day. Inevitably, it will. It's just about paying attention when it does and bringing the focus back in, even if it only stays for 5 or 10 seconds. That's fine. Just being aware is half of the job. Okay. I'm going to stretch my legs now. So I'm going to do Supta Padangusthasana. I'm going to need my belt. So make sure you've got something, belt, a scarf, a tie, maybe even just a jumper that you can put around your foot. So I'm going to bend both of my legs. It's a nice version to work with both legs bent to begin with because it allows the lower back really to settle into the mat comfortably. And I'm going to take the belt and put it around the ball of my right foot and stretch that leg up in the air. That's it. Good. Keep the head, neck, and shoulders down. And you're just going to take the leg to as much of a straight leg as feels right for you. So it might be that you're really up for a good stretch today and you're going to open out the back of that knee and you're going to draw those toes down towards the face. It might be that you want to just have a slightly softer version so the knee can bend a little bit, whatever's going to work. And again, if you want to come down from this stretch now, you can. But for those that want to do a bit more, we're going to take the leg out to the side. And I'm going to take the belt into one hand to do that. That's the same hand as raised leg. That's it. The other knee, I'm going to draw up to my chest. So I'm going to be using this leg as a counterbalance. Turn those top toes out and let's separate the legs out wide. Now, it's quite a strong stretch. You might get a pop noise in your hip. Don't worry, that's okay. That's the synovial joint with a little gas pop. So I've just straightened that leg out to the side. Now, again, you can have a little bit of a bent leg if you want to have less of a stretch, or a straight leg pushing through to the heel if you really want to go for it. I'm pulling the bent knee in the other direction. And let's make sure we're breathing. Okay, we're not staying long. I'm going to slightly bend the straight leg to bring it back. I'm going to straighten the leg up in the air and put the other foot back down on the mat. I'm changing hands on the belt, re-straightening the top leg once again and crossing it over the bent leg just a little. So cross that straight leg over the bent leg. So I'm pushing my right leg to the left. That's it. Well done. Yes, I can see quite a few of you putting your hands on that bit where the stretch is. Yep, that's your iliotibial band having a bit of a stretch, which is good, keeps our lower back healthy. stops the nerves getting too tight and pinched. Let's bring that leg back up. I'm going to have one hand on each part of the belt now. And all I'm going to do is straighten my top leg and slide my lower leg down to straight. So I've got two straight legs. That's it. Good. Inhale and exhale. Let's bring that leg down and let it lie down and rest. So just take your awareness inside the body for a moment and feel the sensation as that leg comes down into stillness. As the circulation settles, there'll be a kind of hot-cold thing going on. Just notice any buzzing or fuzzy feeling in the foot. We're simply paying attention. Breathing slowly in, slowly out. Not being in any rush to move to do the next side. I think these are patterns that we can get really stuck in, where we just feel we have to move from one thing to the next thing to the next. So I'm just inviting you to take a pause and focus only on that inhale, exhale. All right. We're going to do exactly the same thing with our left leg or your other leg. If you did your left first, obviously you're working with your right now. So again, I'm bending the legs to get that nice neutral lower back. And I'm going to take the belt and put it around the ball of my left foot. Let's go. Up we go. Stretch it up. Opening out the back of the knee. And remember, if at any point any of this practice feels too much for you, too strong for you, then you come down. Don't wait for permission. It's your body, it's your practice. Checking in with how you're breathing. That's it. All right. I'm going to take the belt just into one hand. So if you're coming with us for the next two parts, great. If you want to come back down to flat now, then absolutely you can. I'm bringing the other knee up and putting my hand on it. So drawing that knee into the chest, turning my top toes out and letting that leg gently slide out to the side. So the legs are gently being drawn away from each other. And remember, you can take a little bend in that straight leg to make it a bit easier, or you can really go for the stretch. It's up to you, whatever feels manageable. Don't forget, we're not holding our breath. Good. A little bend in that straight leg. Let's bring it back. The lower foot goes down onto the mat, and we're straightening that top leg up again. I'm changing hands on the belt, and we're going to cross that straight leg over the bent leg. Good. So all of this work is about maintaining a really healthy lower back, hips, and all the way down the back of the leg, stretching through those calves, Achilles, hamstrings. Good. I can tell for whom this is tight. Okay, bring it back to center. I'm going to straighten my top leg and my bottom leg. Both legs nice and straight, just for a moment. Inhale and exhale. Let's let the legs both now come down to total rest. I'm going to put my hands on my side rib cage. So I've taken my elbows out a little bit wider to do that. Get them into a position that's comfortable for you, so nothing too stressful. No kind of hand being forced into a difficult deep bend in the wrist. And let's just Again, come back to the breath. And notice that expansion out to the side with the inhale. And the gentle contraction down and in with the exhale. All right. I'm going to bring my legs in to my chest now for a little hug. Just draw them in. A little rock and roll from side to side. And we're going to slowly come up to being upright. So you can either rock up from here, or a more gentle version would be to roll onto your side and come up. And this is a great moment to have a little bit of water to just keep those hydration levels up. So I'm getting my very beautiful blue champagne glass and have a drink. Here's to us. Here's to the terrible twos. And that's also Suzanne. Here's to 70. Well done, my friend. So I've got a bolster here. Now, not everyone has a bolster, but if you've got cushions and pillows, that might work as well. I'm just going to take supported child's pose for a moment. So I want us to breathe into the back of our bodies. So get as much support as you can. If you need to raid the couch or your bed for extra padding, then please do. Now, I'm aware not everyone likes child's pose because of the knee fold. One thing that you can play around with is putting support between your bottom and your legs. So that might help. Or if it's a really big no-no, just be on your side and put your knee up on some support. So you've got the back of the body basically open. So the way that we lie on the floor on our backs, the back is kind of face down. I want the back open to the air. So you can be in this position or on your side in a recovery position with that top leg supported. Okay? So find your ideal place. We're just going to breathe into the back ribs for a little bit. Create a bit of space here. So I'm expanding with my breath from my lower back ribs through to the side and kind of really visualizing. It's a very soft movement, so don't expect massive things to happen. But just take your awareness in there. That's all I'm inviting you to do. We never really think about the back of the body unless it's causing us pain. It's behind us. So just simply as a mindfulness exercise, just take your mind there. And as you breathe in and open out the back ribs, just notice the movement of the clothes that you're wearing against your skin. And allowing yourself to focus on that slow breath, that gentle expansion and contraction. It's such powerful work for calming and healing the nervous system. And when we have a well-regulated nervous system, our body is in optimal position to be able to be healthy. If you've had your head to one side, let's turn the head the other way. Okay. I'm going to bring my head back to center. Now I'm going to give you a choice. So you can join me for a little bit of cat-cow, a little bit of cobra, half dog, face down dog, or you can stay resting. So we're adding in a little bit with more activity just for the next 5 minutes. You've got choice. Okay, so I'm going to move my bolster off. If you want to be in a different resting position, be in a different resting position. But I'm just on my hands and knees now for the next 5 minutes to loosen through the spine. So it's a little bit more energetic than we have been so far. Let's see how you go. If you're not sure, try it out. You can always stop and come to rest. Okay? So first thing I'm going to do is just make sure that everything is well aligned. I've thought about how I'm placing my hands. I've starfished my fingers out wide. And here we go. I'm going to breathe in, lift my chin, and lift my bottom up in the air. So I'm curving, flattening down that middle back. And then I'm going to exhale and round the spine. Tuck the hips in, tuck the chin in. Pull the tummy up. Let's reverse it. Breathing in. And breathing out, round the back. And again, breathing in. And breathing out, round the spine. Okay, from here, let's take a deep breath in. As you exhale, lower the chest down to the mat. So however you want to do that, you might just want to put yourself down, you might want to lower slowly. And I'm going to slide my elbows forwards so that I'm up in a supported cobra. Now, the wider you take your elbows, the less intense it is on the back. So if it feels too strong for you, just know that you can come out of it at any point. I'm going to bring my elbows in just to lift myself a little bit higher. That obviously deepens the stretch. So you've got choice, you're in charge. And we're staying here a moment just to breathe. So stretching the body in this way, a back bend, is really good for lengthening out those front chains that we have, the psoas, all the way up through the abdominal wall, through the diaphragm and up into the neck. It's a gentle opening out. Now, for those that come regularly, you know I have my Busby Berkeley moment. We have to do that. It's the birthday class. You have to do it with a smile. So make sure the elbows are down, so you are supporting yourself comfortably, kicking the legs in, inspired by the choreographer Busby Berkeley from the 1930s. Okay. But again, this stretch lengthens just a little bit more. You can feel those quads stretching. You can feel the hip flexors having a bit of a lengthen out there. Fantastic for our bodies, but without being too much. Okay, I'm going to let them release. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Just come down to lay flat. Allow a stillness. Good. Okay, from here, I'm putting my hands under my shoulders, tucking my toes under. I'm going to push up onto my hands and knees, and then walk my hands forwards for what I call half dog. So it's dog pose without the legs. And I'm taking my head in the direction of the floor. It might touch down, it might not, depends on how tight your upper back is. And let's just stay here, allowing that stretch out through the chest and shoulders. Have a little wiggle around if that feels good. Let the muscles in the face soften. And from here, lovely, slow, full breath in. As you exhale, bring those hands back so they're just a little bit forwards of hands and knees. And if you want to, come up into face down dog. Have a play with it. If you get up there and you think, oh, actually, no, it's a little bit too strong for me, just come back down. You're in charge. It's your practice. But again, if you're up in dog, flatten those hands down. Tread the heels down one at a time and just stretch out. Make sure the head and neck are nice and relaxed. Do a little yes nod or no shake. That's it. No tension in the neck. Good. If you find it quite difficult to move the hips back to straighten out the spine, bend your knees. Bend your knees and lift your hips up and back more. Now you'll find you'll get the shoulders able to release back a bit. That's it. When you're ready, now let's all take a slow inhale, exhale, and drop down into a resting pose of your choice. So for many, it will be just coming down again into child's pose. For others, you'll find your own position that works for you. So I've taken my knees quite wide for child's pose. It allows just a slightly different variation of this stretch to happen. Just play with it if you like that, then have a go. I also like the fact that it gives me a bit more space to breathe. Okay, from here, let's slowly and gently come on up to being upright. And we're going to come back down onto our backs. So I'm going to get a cushion in place and I'm going to bring my blanket near to me so that you can get yourselves comfortable and cozy in a moment for Shavasana. But we'll just take one more stretch. And it's going to be allowing those hips to drop out wide into Baddha Konasana. And again, I'm going to work with my hands on my ribs, just focusing on the breath and allowing this stretch to happen. Now, if you need to support those knees because this is a strong stretch for you, if the hips are tight, then by all means put a cushion underneath the leg. Okay? Either side, all good. So use support or not, whatever you're comfortable with. And let's just take a moment, allowing the hips to open out. Slow inhale, slow exhale. All right. I'm going to bring both knees back together, but one at a time. Just gently bring them in. So I'm not inviting you to stay in that stretch for long. It can be quite a strong stretch. And then bring the knees into the chest. Now I've got one hand on each knee, and I'm just going to draw on my lower back by rolling my knees away from me to the side. I'm drawing a clock face on my lower back. So get that sense of moving from 6 out to 9, up to 12, across to 3, and down again. And let's go the other way, so anti-clockwise a couple of times. Nice and slow, just keeping those knees together. And then one last draw into the chest, inhale. And let's exhale as we slide the legs down and away. Okay, so now we get to put on the blanket or the throw or just your favorite socks, whatever you're going to work with. Get yourself warm and cozy. If you know you need to take a little extra drink before you come into your full relaxation, especially important for those that feel a bit groggy after they've come up out of Shavasana, then I would encourage you to do that. Okay. If you want to put something under the back of the knees, like a bolster or a pillow, that's a really nice way of allowing the lower back and the abdomen to stay relaxed. So in fact, I'm going to do that right now. And I will encourage you all, if you're lying on your back, to do the same. If you're lying on your side, because lying on your back is uncomfortable for you, then you can support underneath that top knee and make sure that you've got lots of space around the abdomen. Again, we always want to make sure that breathing gets priority activity. Okay. So once you've got yourself settled, you've created your nest, you've got everything just in the right place, you're warm, there's no part of you that's getting cold air on it that will distract you. You're going to close your eyes. And let's just together right now take one collective deep inhale. And then sigh that breath out through the nose or mouth. Let's do it again. A lovely deep breath in. And a collective sigh. Letting go of anything that does not serve you right now. Anything that you don't need to take with you into your day, to take with you into your weekend. And now bring the focus back to the nose again, to just allow a soft inhale, a slow exhale. Come back to the Sankalpa you set at the beginning of class and just check in. Slow inhale, slow exhale. So we're allowing the whole of the body to surrender physically down to the floor. Make sure the hands have also softened and relaxed. The jaw is free of tension. The tongue is heavy in the mouth. With every exhale, you're allowing yourself to surrender into a state of deep conscious rest. Now, of course, you could stay here for as long as you like. One of the joys of working virtually as we do now. If you do want to close class with me, let's take a slow, deep breath in. And as we exhale, gently move our fingers, move our toes. And I'm going to bend my legs and roll completely over onto one side. And from my side, I'm going to push myself up. Okay. Let's bring ourselves to a seated position that's comfortable for you. It doesn't have to be cross legs if that doesn't work. I'm just bringing the warmth of one hand against the other and placing it against heart center here. Take a moment to notice how you feel. How the breath is moving. The speed of thoughts in the mind. And now also let's take a moment of gratitude for being able to practice together, to stay connected, to have our community, and to be able to travel through these times together. Let's bring the hands up to the forehead for right thought, to the mouth for right word, and back to the heart for right action. Namaste. Good. Well done, folks. Is everyone all right? Yeah? Good. You're welcome. Thanks, Nicola. Thanks, folks. It's been an absolute pleasure having you in class today. And have a great day. It's sunny here. I'm hoping it's sunny everywhere. Enjoy your birthday, Suzanne. I hope you have magical things afoot. I'm sure you will. Lots of love. Take care, everyone. It was really, really lovely to do that practice today. And I'll see you guys at some point next week, maybe. Lots of love.
Thanks,
Bye.
Susie.
Bye. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend.